delve deeper into this opposition alliance. It's now been renamed or rechristened as Indian National Developmental Inclusive Alliance. And one of the leaders who was there out of this 26 parties that met yesterday and today in Bengaluru is Raghav Chadda, Member of Parliament of the Rajya Sabha of the Aam Aadmi Party. Raghav, you know, the question that everyone is asking is two things. One, what does this alliance stand for? What does this alliance India stand for? आपकी नीति क्या है और आपका नेता कौन है?
Well, first of all, I think INDIA, which stands for the full form is Indian National Developmental Inclusive Alliance, is the finest display of cooperative federalism, whereby people cutting across states and different political, geographical regions have come together to give a fine blueprint for a new and a better India and deal with the problems that were ideally be supposed to be dealt with by the current government, the issues that they had highlighted in the year 2014 and 2019 and got voted into office, which is price rise, unemployment, devaluation of rupee, crony capitalism, so on and so forth. And I think the common objective of all the political parties that got together today under one banner is this. Something similar happened even in the 1970s when there was a very powerful regime of Mrs. Indira Gandhi at the helm of affairs. In the year 1977, when the emergency was lifted and elections happened in this country, all people cutting across ideologies got together. The Jan Sanghis got together with the communists got together with the socialists. Under one banner of the Janata Party, they fought the election and conclusively won the election. It's because the people wanted to throw the then regime of Mrs. Gandhi out of office. Something similar is what we see today, witness today. And the pulse of the people is that they want a departure from the current regime. They want to get rid of price rise, unemployment, want social welfare, want upliftment, so on and so forth. And this coalition will provide a blueprint for that.
But Raghav, tell me on ground, how is this going to work? The 26 parties that met today, they have between them 140 MPs. The NDA has 333 as the current Lok Sabha stands. How are you going to find candidates in each of these seats, one candidate for these 26 parties to take on a BJP candidate? Because at the end of the day, I mean, let's take the case of Delhi and Punjab. That's 7 seats in Delhi, 13 seats in Punjab. These 20 seats, how are you going to divide this between the Congress and the Aam Aadmi Party?
Correct. So, Zaka, I would be, not being fair and truthful if I say that I have a ready answer for this, how the mechanism will work. The answer is that it is something that will evolve in the coming days. Of course, there will be formulations of committees and subcommittees within this group that will discuss all these details threadbare and, of course, arrive at a conclusion. The intent is there. The intent is to come together. The intent is to electorally compromise with one another, but come together for the greater good of this country. And I think the heat of this new coalition called, or this new alliance called India, is being felt by the BJP today. With the comments that are coming from the camp of the NDA, you can totally feel that they're already started feeling the heat. And I think these larger questions of seat sharing, the exact agitations that this alliance will do, or rallies that it will do, where or how it will pan out, is something that we'll see in the coming days when this alliance evolves.
Also, what is the alternative? So, one big agenda is that you are saying that the current regime has failed the people. You want Modi hatao, right? But what is the alternative vision that you are offering the people of this country, that they're saying, okay, we tried Mr. Modi, we tried the BJP, but here we think there is something better? Because right now,
correct,
all of it seems to be that is ek vyakti ko hatao, is party ko hatao.
So two things. One is what will be our program, and second is your question regarding ek vyakti ko hatao. Regarding the program, Zaka, let me say this, that a program is being devised and will be presented to you and the people of India for them to approve, for them to appreciate, and for them to vote on. Today, the name has been unveiled, the name has been announced, and step by step, all these things will also fall in place, and the people of India will, of course, be presented with a detailed program of what this alliance is setting out to achieve. As far as this question of Modi Hatao or the removal of one man, this question is concerned, let me say this, that previously the BJP used to make this election about one man. In fact, the Prime Minister himself used to say, Ek akela sab pe bhari. It was one versus many. But today, that's not the case. Today, a weakened BJP that did not convene a single meeting of the NDA in the last one decade is compelled to host a meeting of NDA and host a meeting of NDA with theoretically 38 allies. But out of these 38, a shocking 24 don't even have a single member of parliament. But they happen to be allies of the BJP for a national election, for the general election.
Okay.
So this is basically an alliance of compulsion brought to you, produced and directed by the Enforcement Directorate in order to save their, respective leaders. These parties have come under the banner of the NDA. And let me mince no words in saying this, that today the coalition of this alliance of 38 political parties under one banner shows the weakness of the BJP. It is an admission of their own weakness, that the battle that was one versus many today has become many versus many. It's become NDA versus India and not Modi versus many.
Okay.
So they themselves have admitted to their own weakness and the fact that they today stand extremely weakened electorally.
Let me get one final word, and you would agree with this. Increasingly from 2014, then 2019, elections are becoming very, very personality driven, right? Mr. Modi is on the ticket in a parliamentary election. He himself has said, if it doesn't matter who the MP is, you are voting for me. Who is that other person going to be on the other side of the ticket? People need to put a face. It can't be that face in Bengal is Mamata Banerjee, that face in Delhi is Kejriwal, that face in Karnataka is Mr. Kharge. It has to be one face.
Zaka, people vote on the program and the issues that political parties raise. Sometimes it's that person that is raising those issues, so that person gets associated with those issues or with that program. For example, in the case of the BJP, it was Prime Minister Modi who articulated several issues in the year 2014 to get into office, like price rise, unemployment, and inflation and devaluation of rupee, so on and so forth. None of these issues have been tackled with. None of these issues they have been able to solve. None of these issues they're fighting this election on again. They can't even use these phrases anymore in their election rallies because they've done precious little. But because they raised these issues in the year 2014, the leader got associated with those issues. I think people ultimately vote on concrete agenda and issues. This coalition together, this alliance together is going to talk about issues. The one face that you wish to associate this alliance with should be the face of the common man, the Aam Aadmi of India. And that is the face that will take on the mighty BJP and the NDA.
All right, Raghav Chadda, we'll leave it at that. We'll see how this plays out through the course of the next 8 months or so as we roll fully into election season and in the heat and dust of the Lok Sabha election campaign.